official. I'm Ray Scott, and joining me in the commentary position is Matt Keane. Finn Harps returning to the First Division for the first time since 2018, having managed to avoid relegation in nearly all of the years since then, until they finally dropped in 2022. This is a crucial game for Waterford. They still await their first home win of the season, and following last Friday's postponement in Limerick, they now sit in 5th place in the division, 2 places and 2 points above Finn Harps. It is a kind of a buzz around the place, Matt, isn't it, with the appointment this week of Keith Long. More appointments due over the next couple of days. Sun is shining, the rain has stopped, and the crowd is pouring in.
Yeah, big crowd here. It's a huge game, as you said, not only for Waterford but also for Finn Harps. They have not been setting the place on fire in their return to the Premier League. So a big match for Dave Rogers, but yeah, big buzz around Waterford. What an interesting week we've had here. We woke up on Monday morning to the news that Danny Searle had been relieved of his duties, and then 2 days later we were told that we had a new manager in the shape of Keith Long. So huge buzz around the place, and more appointments, as you said, expected over the weekend. But you know, on the field of play, Waterford just have to get this monkey off their back, Ray. They've got to win here tonight and get their first home league win of the season. Yeah,
a couple of weeks ago, of course, the game on a Saturday afternoon because of the St. Patrick's Day weekend, Waterford's RSC being closed. They shot out of the blocks, took a 2-goal lead against Bray Wanderers, looked to be cruising, and then it all went horribly wrong again, and they ended up earning a draw, I suppose is the best way to describe it, because you know, they were very much in danger of losing that game as well.
They were indeed, yeah. They were hanging on at the end, but even though we'd got a point, it felt like a loss, really, the way everything transpired. So look, let's hope Keith Long can put his mark on things. I'm not sure what sort of an input he's going to have here tonight, because he only arrived, I think, on Wednesday, and he had his first press conference this morning. Spoke very well at that press conference, along with the owner, Andy Piley. But I'm sure the backroom staff, Brian Murphy, David Breen and Gary Hunt, had a big input on the selection of the team tonight.
Yeah, it's Brian Murphy, Gary and David Breen in charge of the team, and Long probably on a watching brief this evening. 3 changes to the Blues starting lineup. Killian Cantwell enjoying his first start of the season in the centre of defence alongside Giles Phillips. Timothée Sobowale replaces Dara Parr, who picked up an injury a few weeks ago and has struggled to shake it off. Dean McMenemy comes in for the suspended Chris Con-Clark, with Eddie Nolan dropping to the bench. Brian Burke remains at left back. It's Niall O'Keefe, Shane Griffin, Barry Bagley joining McMenemy in the middle of the park. Roland Ado and the 2-goal hero from the Bray game, Ronan Coughlin, who complete the lineup. Charles Undo, only just back from the African Cup. His duty with Equatorial Guinea, 2 wins for them over Botswana. Harvey Warren and Romeo Akachukwu from the academy, the under-19s, they take spots on the bench. So already we're seeing changes, and it's perhaps a deserved start for Killian Cantwell. He did very, very well in that Munster Senior Cup game against Cork in dreadful conditions, and I'm sure he'll relish his chance to make his first start alongside Giles Phillips.
Yeah, very much so, Ray. I mean, last year he's probably one of the most consistent players we had. Did not put a foot wrong all of last season. He was the captain of the team, of course, last year also, so I'm sure he's absolutely delighted to be back. Dara Power, unfortunately, is injured. That's why he's not featuring. And Christian Clark, he got sent off in that game against Bray Wanderers, and with the game last week against Treaty called off, that's why he has to serve his match suspension.
Yes, indeed. The Waterford crowd rising to their feet to greet Keith Long, who's just made his way out of the dressing room towards the dugout. We're going to see him on the side. It looks like he's not going to be much of a watching brief. He's already standing in his technical area, so it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen there. Harps manager Dave Rogers makes just 1 change in the team that let a 2-goal lead slip at home to Cove last week, with Michael Harris making way for the 17-year-old Derry City loanee Dahi McCallion. The former Blues players Noah Baba and Katlego Mishego face their old team, while the top scorer Ryan Rainey, who scored all 3 goals from the penalty spot, will lead the team up front. Our referee this evening is Owen O'Shea of Tipperary. He'll be assisted by Conor Harkin and Philip Harrison, while Jason Moore is our 4th official. Harps wearing a chain strip, and we've seen them come down here and wearing luminous green, but tonight it is white shirts and black shorts, white socks. Waterford, of course, in their traditional all blue. the final photograph's been taken out there, and it really is a crucial game, Matt. You know, you've said it already, but this is a big one for the Blues.
Yeah, you have to just get that home win, Ray. And that's, you know, people are saying we're so far behind Galway. Galway already have the League One. That's ridiculous. You know, it's so early in the season, and there's so many points to play for. There will be twists and turns along the way for everybody in this league. First Division is notorious for you know, strange results along the way. So, you know, Waterford will be very much thereabouts, I think, come the end of the season.
Yes, interesting. I'm just watching the referee, Owen O'Connell. He's made his way over to both dugouts to shake hands with both managers and the fourth official. So that's an interesting development for referees.
Yeah, I mean, it's Keith Long's first game as a manager, and it's also Dave Rogers' first game here as a manager with Finn Harps. So maybe that's, and the referee is a new name to me, Owen O'Shea. Maybe he's making his debut here also.
Comes from County Tipperary. And so it'll be interesting to see. I suppose the best way to describe a good refereeing performance is if we don't mention them throughout the game. And unfortunately, we've mentioned previous referees. So Noah Baba, of course, in the centre of the Harps defence, former Waterford player. Now ball by Paul Martin. The Block E boys in full song tonight, and the atmosphere a little flat in recent games, and maybe you're reflecting the quality of the football that was on offer. So I'm sure an awful lot of the players tonight will have something to prove, and will be trying to impress the new gaffer. Niall O'Keefe just clipped a little bit by 19-year-old Brazilian Philip De Silva. Free kick taken quickly. Bit of space for Bagley now, and he's dispossessed though. And it's Ellis Farrar. Waterford have a throw. Subawale forced backwards. First touch for Cantwell. Across the area for Giles Phillips. Burke. A bit of a pressing game from the visitors tonight, trying to close down Waterford and maybe quieten the crowd as well. First touch for Tim Heimer.
Barry Bagley is definitely playing in a more advanced role in the middle of the field. I think he's there playing just behind Ronan Coughlin.
Yeah, you know, playing one up front is always very, very difficult, isn't it?
Certainly is. Yeah, he's definitely playing much further here tonight.
Now Waterford on the attack. Nice move out to the left-hand side. Burke in a bit of space. Flicks it back to Idowu. Nice touch from him. Takes a deflection, but the last touch was off the Waterford player, so referee points for a goal kick. So Shane Griffin in that centre of the park again. Players moving across to the near side as Heimer will take the kick out. 27-year-old German, came through the Borussia Mönchengladbach system, moved to Wigan in 2019, joined Harps this season. Experienced goalkeeper for the northwest side.
Not the tallest goalkeeper in the world.
Free kick for a foul on Okwe Okwuto, 19-year-old on loan from Stockport County. Wearing number 19 on his back as well tonight. Free kick to Finn Harps. Left-footed into the area, headed clear. Picked up by Niall O'Keefe. Looks for movement. The target is Ronan Coughlin. Performed very, very well and linked up really well with Shane Griffin in the last game against Bray Wanderers. They'll be looking for more of that this evening. Ball, though, runs out of play. Waterford seem to have the advantage of a strong breeze this evening in this opening period.
Let's hope the pitch is going to hold up. We had an awful lot of rain here in Waterford all week, and of course you had underage international under 19 games here during the week also.
Yeah,
it was a busy period for the ground staff here all week.
Yeah, and they were out with pitchforks earlier in the game, and right through that game, I think the final game of the that under-19 elite phase, Slovakia versus Estonia here at the RSC on Tuesday night. So a lot of rain falling, as you said, during the week. Shane Griffin now tries to slip it through for Ado. Scrambled away. And Killian Cantwell dispossessed by Okwute. Nice little touch overlap, and ball into the area. Takes a little bounce, but Martin gathers it at the second attempt, and his throw out is a loose one. Straight to Dahi McCallion. Playing in that right back position. The youngest player ever to sign a pro contract with Derry City. 16 years of age last year. Now on loan at Finn Harps. The Derry native. Ball out to the left hand side again for Harps. Ryan Flood. Ball crossed in again. Won by Ido. Griffin tries the little flick on. Ido is beaten to it though by McCallion. High ball. No problems for Martin. But assistant referee here, Conor Harkin, has pointed for a corner. So it's the first corner of the game. And trying to looks like he's saying that the goalkeeper actually carried it outside.
I thought Paul Martin caught that behind the line.
Yeah, or in front of the line. It was, anyway, end result is referee has made that decision, helped by his assistant. So first corner of the game to the visitors. Seamus Keogh standing for the short one. Looks like it's Flood who will deliver the corner. Referee just keeping an eye on the movement, and the ball into that area, headed clear again by Niall O'Keefe. He'll charge out after it, tries to get there, and Katlego Meshego is there first. The last touch came off the Waterford player. Will be a throw to the visitors. Of course, Waterford last met Finn Harps back in the Premier Division 2021. Their last meeting here, October. Waterford 4-1 winners on that occasion, and some familiar names on the score sheet. Phoenix Patterson, Junior Katirna with 2, John Martin, and that was the night Brian Murphy, who's now coaching, received a red card. Nice turn from Ado. A little bit of space for Bagley to run into, gives it back to Burke. Nice little dink in, headed clear though by McCallion. Picked up again by Bagley. Throw will be to Waterford. Burke looking for movement. Coughlin shows for it. Touch inside for Ado. Can he get the ball away? Or a shot. Gives it back to Coughlin. Nice little bit of interplay there. Burke again on the overlap. Creates a bit of space. Now it's McMenemy going to have the shot across the area. Takes a bounce. I think it actually hit Shane Griffin. But McCallion comes away with the ball for Harps. Clearance is a poor one though, just to Phillips. Waterford have it back. But they too are dispossessed, and now a run into the channel for Okwute. Cantwell does well. Puts it back into Finn Harps territory, but does drift out of play.
No real pattern to the game as at the moment. We're in the 9th minute. Not a lot of positive football being played by either team at the moment.
Yeah, Harps unbeaten in their last 4 games. It's very early stages of this season. Opened their season with a 2-1 home defeat to the current league leaders, Galway. And then were beaten by Athlone. And And since then, though, they've managed to pick up draws at home to Bray and Wexford before defeating Longford by a goal to nil. And then, of course, that 2-2 draw, having been 2 goals up, a little bit like Waterford and Bray. Dave Rogers, of course, the Finn Harps manager, given a full-time 4-year contract when he signed in December, following the departure, of course, of the infamous, that's probably the best way to describe, Ollie Horgan. Now assistant manager, of course, with John Caulfield at Galway. But Dave Rogers, of course, born in Liverpool, 47 years of age. Illustrious career in the League of Ireland, starting with Shelbourne back in 2003. Now it's Shane Griffin. Nice work from Griffin, but crowded out of it. Does well to recover the ball. Now it's a Doe. Doe has the little shot, but it was never going to threaten Heimer. No power in the effort.
Shane Griffin looks like he's on song tonight. He's made a few good darting runs there. Finn Harps defence so far keeping him out, but it looks like he's on the ball tonight, which Waterford need.
Yeah, going back to that series back in 2021, Waterford won 3 of their 4 meetings and lost just 1 game back here at the RSC. And of course, a lot of those games played in the middle of the COVID pandemic. We recall, actually, Matt, we were commentating in the game in Ballybuffet in April 2021 when Dave Webster broke our hearts with the 93rd minute winner.
That's right, yeah.
After John Martin had given Waterford the lead early in the game, Adam Foley equalising. And of course,
yeah, remember that night well, Ray. We've had some heartaches up at Finn Park during our time together.
Yeah, we certainly have. And now Da Silva, nice touch off. But the Waterford defence does its business. McCallion has looked very, very impressive in this opening period.
Yeah, he's a class player, isn't he, Ray? You know, playing in the right back position there.
You can see how he was given a pro contract at 16 years of age, only just turned 17. So, looking very, very comfortable.
Yeah, he could be a big player for Derry City in the coming years. Undoubtedly, this season in the first division with Finn Harps is going to really stand to him.
Phillips now gives it to Ryan Burke. Burke up the line into the channel. Coughlin shows for it. Baba tries to close him down. Coughlin still heading towards the goal. Puts the ball across the area. Oh, it's been left. Still not cleared. And the referee says there was a foul, I think, on Ryan Flood, back helping his defence. And I thought Roland O'Doe was going to actually just put his foot in it, but he left it go across him, and nobody then further.
Yeah, I'd say someone kind of shouted leave it, and he left it go, Ray. A nice little move there from Waterford.
So we have free kick to be taken by Tim Heimer. Also going to keep an eye on the games taking place elsewhere. Of course, the league leaders are in Athlone. Galway, the visitors there. Cove Ramblers host Bray Wanderers, and it's Wexford and Treaty down in Ferrycarrick Park. They were also the venue for that under-19 elite internationals. Ireland played all their games down there, and a lot of people a little bit disappointed that Ireland didn't have at least one of their games here in Waterford. All the teams, of course, stayed in Waterford for the period. Greece, Estonia, Slovakia and Ireland. Mashego dives in there on Soboale. I think he's going to have a little word. Actually, it wasn't Katlego Mashego, it was actually Okwute. Final warning, I would suggest, from Owen O'Shea. Free kick will be to Waterford. Killian Cantwell standing over it.
Sure, Keith Long with no our full-back very well indeed, Ryan Burke. Bohemian days.
Yeah, and you'd also know Mashego, of course, South African born, but he came to sign for Bohs in 2019, I think, before coming to Waterford for a season, and then went out on loan to Athlone before he moved to Portadown. And foul there.
Yeah, Phillips.
Phillips tangling with Okwute. And great to see with a visiting team coming and playing two up front. With,
yeah, it makes a pleasant change,
yeah,
Ray.
Da Silva and Okwute.
That must be Dave Rogers' philosophy on the game.
Yeah, coming up on the quarter hour, and we've got a free kick to the visitors. Seamus Keogh standing over it, so Ryan Flood looks like he's the man that's going to take it. Because Waterford set pieces have been a little bit of an Achilles heel for them. Ball in deep into the area, takes a deflection, but there's a foul, says the referee. And yeah,
Niall O'Keefe was fouled there.
Out.
Someone got to put on Niall O'Keefe's jersey.
So kick out taken short. Now it's Burke up into that channel again. Baba slips and goes out of play. There will be a throw to Waterford. Right in front of the Finn Harps dugout.
Still waiting for the first free shot on target. Neither goalkeeper has been tested yet.
Yeah. Just kind of a half chance for Waterford a few moments ago with that run from Coughlin. Now it's Ado trying to tee it up. Tries the left-footed shot, blocked by McCallion. Falls back for Burke. Burke, though, is dispossessed by Keogh. Waterford win it back, though. Great work there from Shane Griffin. Now it's out to the left. Edo cuts back inside, still going in. Tries to give it back to McMenemy. Ball across the area. Subawala keeps it in play, but eventually it just trickles out. And Harps try and take a fast throw, but called back. So, of course, the game against Treaty United called off last week and refixed, I think, for, is it Monday the 24th of April?
Yeah,
so
Monday night, yeah.
Monday night.
An awkward night. You're trying to get the Limerick on a Monday night.
Coughlin now. And hands the ball back, and it's out on the left-hand side. Good work there by Ryan Burke. Gets there ahead of Porter. Ball is, though, back in on the Waterford defence. Porter again, and again Burke does well. Ado is beaten to it by McCallion. But it comes to nothing. Back with Paul Martin. Poor clearance and kick out. Now it's Da Silva who reacts quickly. Gives it back to Porter. Puts the ball into the danger area. And it's actually deflected out for a corner. Paul Martin seemed to be at sea there, but it may have been the floodlights. We talked about these before.
It was an excellent cross, however, by Queeveen Porter.
End result is going to be a corner to be taken by Seamus Keogh. So Keogh with the corner. Da Silva and Okwute in on the goalkeeper. Set piece, obviously practice on the training ground. The other four players at the top. In it comes. Little header. And it was, I think it might have been, was it Kyo? Didn't quite get an eye on the number there as he moved away, but I think it might have been, was it Farrar? But we'll check that. Here comes Martin with the kick out. Ryan Burke now. Griffin, little flick in field, saw the run of Coughlin, but intercepted. It was Ellis Farrar with the header earlier. We understand that Galway did have the ball in the Athlone net, but it's been ruled out. So disallowed. Still no goals in the first division.
Well, Finn Harps has been kicking themselves after what happened last week. Squandered the 2-goal lead. Of course, Waterford squandered the 2-goal lead at their last match as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Jack Doherty was the man who did the damage last week, then programmers.
And missed
the
penalty to make it, yeah. Ryan Coughlin now. But Noah Baba does very, very well. Now, Ido spots the little run, but the ball way too heavy for Bagley. And Heimer will gather the ball. Again, kind of as you mentioned, there's still no real pattern to this game, and both teams struggling. A little clash of heads there. Referee will call possession or call play to a halt.
No, it's been disappointing so far. 22 minutes on the clock. No, neither goalkeeper has had a shot to save. Neither side getting the grip in the game in the midfield. That's why it's so scrappy.
Yeah, De Silva on the ground there, slowly getting to his feet. And opportunity for, and see Keith Long issuing directions now to his players.
Yeah, Barry Bagley is kind of playing just up front with Coughlin, but he's not getting the ball rate. The midfielder not getting the ball to him, and when he's not getting the ball, he can't do anything for Coughlin, and vice versa.
So both players seem to be okay, Phillips and De Silva.
Play just about to get on the way again here.
Yeah. Now Phillips again looks completely recovered. Burke now finds Ido in a bit of space. Goes out to the left-hand side. Coughlin. McCallion does his job yet again, being very, very impressive. Now, it's McMenemy running into space, tried to flick it out and gets a second bite of the cherry, gives it back to Burke. Now, Ido lofts one towards the back, but nobody there, and it'll go out of play.
Throw into Finn Harps. Goal kick to Finn Harps. 24 minutes on the clock. Waiting for this game to develop a pattern and burst into action. Finn Harps in possession, but give it away to Waterford. Killian Cantwell clears over on the far side. Throw into Waterford. Taken quickly, Timoshé Sabali plays the ball forward, trying to pick out Roland and do it, but dealt with by the Harps defence. Finn Harps now coming again, getting the ball out wide. Ball is into the area, takes a deflection. It's going to be a corner kick to Finn Harps. Finn Harps forcing the corner kicks here, but haven't managed to finish off any of them. Very, very quiet here at the RSC. As I said, the supporters waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, it's gone a bit flat again now, and third corner of the game for Finn Harps, and Seamus Keogh will go across again to take it. We had that header earlier in the last corner from Ellis Farrar, English player. Also on loan from Stockport. They go short this time. Now the ball will come across, flicked away, headed clear by Shane Griffin. Picked up by Harps and McCallion. Now he'll try and put a good cross, deep hanging ball there. It was a good effort from Flood, but
just a little bit too high, wasn't it? You know, just a little bit too high for him to get his head on it.
Yeah, certainly.
McCallion is getting an awful lot of space where he's getting those balls in. He'll have to be stopped.
Yeah, working very well with Porter as well. They seem to kind of support each other. Now he's underneath the ball again here, wins the header against Roland Nadeau. Griffin gets it on the second attempt, helped on by Phillips. Ball up in the air again, and McCallion this time beaten to it by Ado. And again, very scrappy, and Waterford just, loose passes. And another ball down the right channel. This time it was from Ryan Rainey. And usually plays up front, but wall flag stays down now. Coughlin's in behind the defence, get inside the area, can he get it? And it just flashes across the goal. I think it might have touched off the crossbar as well, but first real opportunity for Waterford. We've had to wait, nearly 27 minutes.
Yeah, good chance there for Waterford. Just wondered, did he take the wrong option, because Barry Bagley was screaming for the ball, and maybe if he had to pull it back to Bagley, he would have had an open goal. So perhaps just the wrong decision by Ronan Coughlin. You could hear him up here in the commentary box screaming for that ball. It's totally unmarked, Bagley, but at least we've had a shot on, so hopefully that ignite the game. It needed it badly. Speaking of Bagley, he's on the ball now.
Yeah, Waterford will come away with it. Soboale back to Niall O'Keefe. Again tries to flick it behind, but Noah Baba's there. He'll try and keep it from going out of play. Oh, Coughlin does well again. Looks like he was taken from behind, with the referee waves play on. And Harps come away with it. Good tackle. Cantwell gets it now, gives it to Griffin in a bit of space. Ido coming back in field. Ido still going forward, still trying to tee up the shot. Still Ido, still not cleared. Griffin, and Rainey throws himself in front of Griffin's shot. It's going to take a deflection, and eventually kept from going out of play by over on the far side of the field. Waterford continues so quickly, and McMenemy is beaten to it. But Phillips wins it back for Waterford. Good passage of play for Waterford now as they begin to turn the screw as we approach the half hour. Soboale feeds Griffin again in a bit of space, out to the left hand side. Ido just inside the top of the penalty area. trying to tee it up for the shot. Takes the shot. Oh, what a goal! Roland the duo just absolutely creams the ball. Waterford lead.
Yeah, fabulous indeed. He controlled it with his left and a little swivel, turned around, got it onto his right foot and gave the goalkeeper Tim Oliver Heimer no chance whatsoever. Excellent goal by Waterford, and the game needed that. Burst into life 2 minutes earlier when Ronan Coughlin had that chance, but as you said, Waterford turned on the screws, started turning the screw, and a wonderful goal that time then by Ronald Ideo. Absolutely fantastic. Controlled it with his left, swiveled, brought it onto his right, hammered it into the back of the net.
So Waterford get the breakthrough here. They lead Finn Harps by 1-0.
He did well because he was surrounded by so many players also, Ray. Because when he controlled it with his left, he did a little turn, little swivel. And he did very well indeed to get the shot away, considering he was being closely marked by 2 Finn Harps defenders.
Yeah, he was nearly in a few seconds ago as well, and he was did very, very well as well. Tried to retain possession and get inside the defence. Caused a bit of problems for them, but certainly there was nothing the Finn Harps defence could do at that stage, because for that shot, nothing was going to stop it.
That'll do his confidence a world of good, because he's one of those players, when he's in a confident mode, he can be very, very dangerous. Indeed, he was a long time since he actually scored a goal, so it's going to do him a power of good, and hopefully the Waterford team will benefit from that confidence that he's now going to gain.
Yeah, he picked up an injury, missed the last part of the season last year, and has really struggled to regain that form, and as you said, that confidence booster now could be great. Cantwell just...
He played some wonderful games for the Blues last year, and you know, they had no difficulty giving him a new contract for this season, but it hasn't really happened for him up until tonight, and let's hope they can go on and score another few during the remainder of this season and maybe the remainder of this match.
Yeah, so Waterford have a little bit of work to do, and there's a handball against Ryan Burke. Again, flagged by the assistant in a tangle with De Silva, and Waterford have some immediate defending to do. Once again, it's Flood and Seamus Keogh standing over the ball. And looks like it's going to be Flood who will hit this one.
Yeah, going to in-swinger with his left leg.
Again, Waterford again watching the run. A lot of players in that area, in that crowded area, but nice header away from Killian Cantwell, put back in by Flood. Still not cleared. Offside flag raised against Okute. And huge boost for Waterford now, and the only goal to report in the First Division tonight. And the Blues fans rise. Of course, Longford and Kerry not playing until tomorrow night. Longford playing their games at Bishopsgate on a Saturday evening. They host the league newcomers tomorrow evening. And we're hearing there's news from Athlone that Athlone have taken the lead against the league leaders. And free kick. Waterford get a free kick as Tim Heimer picked up the ball. Now, we had the exact same situation in the Munster Senior Cup semi-final against Cork City, and the Cork City goalkeeper was sent off for picking the ball up outside the penalty area. So not even a card, I don't think, even shown at this stage. But I suppose he wasn't denying him a goal-scoring chance. No card even shown to Heimer. The end result is going to be a free kick to Waterford, and Shane Griffin likes to strike these ones anywhere around the area. Barry Bagley standing over it as well. But I think the fact that the ball was on the left side of the goal, Matt, meant that it really wasn't a goal scoring opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's the reading of it, Ray.
So Bagley and Griffin standing over it. Can Waterford double their advantage? Griffin will have the shot, goes low, and header for the first corner of the game for Waterford. That was Queeveen Porter who got his head on it. He was heading for the near post. And confirmation there, Athlone now have taken the lead at home against Galway. So, corner for Waterford, Shane Griffin. Most of the players inside that 6-yard box, in towards the near post. Little flick, and looked like it had gone out for a corner, but the referee points for a goal kick. Last touch, he said, was off a blue shirt.
You'd imagine Finn Harps being right trouble now. Waterford could score a second one before half time. We have 10 minutes to go to the half time break. If Waterford get the second one, Finn Harps should have a mountain to climb.
Yeah, a little few soundings coming from Ballabofey that Dave Rogers already under a little bit of pressure. Had been given a 4-year contract.
Well, he's replacing a legend, isn't he, up there, Ray, you know?
Oh, certainly.
Big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
He had a nice tweet during the week. He said he was going to, he was delighted to see Keelan back in the game, and he was going to bring him down a nice bottle of red wine tonight.
Yeah, I'm sure they would have crossed paths many a time. Now, Soboale gives it to Niall O'Keefe, forward for Griffin. Nice touch for Coughlin. Oh, it just leaves him down. Griffin touched it for, tried to get Coughlin away. But Niall O'Keefe wins it back for Waterford. Now Coughlin, Ado on the outside against McCallion. Ado still going. Ball spilled by the goalkeeper, but gathered at the second attempt.
Yeah, you're looking at a player now. He's brimful of confidence after that goal. He's buzzing every time he gets that ball.
Now McCallion, long ball but way too strong, and it goes for goal kick. So we head into the final 8 minutes of the opening period. That goal separating the sides coming on 29 minutes from Roland Ado. De Silva, nice control from the Brazilian, gives it out to Porter. Ado does very well, concedes the throw. Now De Silva puts the ball across and wins the corner. And again it's...
Yeah, they're forcing a lot of corners, Finn Harps, but they're not really doing an awful lot with them.
Yeah, their fourth corner of the half.
Some of their deliveries and their free kicks have been disappointing.
Yeah. Ryan Flood will go out and take it. 24-year-old American, born in Scottsdale, played in some of the lower US leagues. Met Dave Rogers actually when Rogers was coaching at Arizona FC, and has joined him at Finn Park. Here he comes with the left-footed delivery, cleared away by Cantwell. McCallion has picked it up for Harps, waiting and sees it out. They will take the throw on the far side of the field.
Sure, Keith Long will be delighted to get in a leading array and have a chat with the lads You know, his first time in the dugout, only arrived here on Wednesday, so now he knows more or less what he has to work with.
Yeah, and you know, there was all the talk that he was going to have a watching brief this evening, but he's immersed himself completely in the game down in the technical area. Here comes the throw into the area, a little flick on from De Silva. Griffin though clears his lines. Tried to find Coughlin. Handball against Noah Baba, and it will be a free kick to the home side.
Yeah, at the press conference today now, he said that it's been a very, very busy week for him, and he paid tribute to David Breen, Gary Hunt and Brian Murphy, because they sat down and watched videos together of all the matches played so far, and he said the lads were great help to him. So I'm sure they were burning the midnight oil leading up to this game, the four of them.
Yeah. Now it's Martin, long ball out. Picked up though by Porter, but his pass is intercepted by Niall O'Keefe, and Waterford have possession back. A lot of just kind of spoiling, isn't there, in the game? Not a lot of control, not a lot of pretty football, but you know, both sides kind of losing control of the ball quite easily.
I wonder if the underfoot conditions got anything to do with it, Ray. You can see the brown patches now all over the pitch. You know, the salts are starting to come up a little bit.
Yeah, I'd say you're going to see a lot of the work being done at half time.
But the ball does appear to be rolling okay when it is on the ground. You know, maybe it's not as bad as it looks from up here.
Yeah. Now, Okwute. Back to Mashigo. Eventually, ball is back with Heimer. Killian Cantwell now for Waterford. Feeds Phillips. Recovered from that clash of heads earlier with De Silva. Rainey does well to hold possession. Now it's Okwute finds Porter. Ball across the area. De Silva does well to get there ahead of Phillips. Two Waterford players though. And Cantwell and Ado come away with the ball. Now Ado. Oh,
nasty. It's nasty, that one.
Yeah, he just no
foot in the face, he
just,
got it right.
Yeah, Ketlego Mashigo will in fairness, he seems to he's back on his feet, but he certainly will have felt that.
Yeah, he deserves that applause, of course. He's getting it because he's a former Waterford player, but he could have rolled around, but he got up straight away because he got that full blast in the face.
And let me tell you that Galway have equalised, so 1-1 in that game. Cove Ramblers have also scored, and of course Waterford heading to Cove next Friday. They're leading Bray by 1-0 and scoreless in Ferry Carrick. Now Sobowale running at the defence, little touch inside for Griffin. Baba intercepts, but picked up by Bagley. Been quiet by his standards tonight. And eventually, under a bit of pressure, does manage to retain possession. O'Keefe now gives it to Sobowale. Sobowale tries to get through two players and eventually fouled, and he'll win the free kick. Good work there from the Waterford right back. And we're approaching half time. I have to say Owen O'Shea's had a decent enough 45 minutes in with the whistle.
Yeah, he's done well, Ray. I can't say anything bad about it. The chap. Good delivery here now. Someone might get the head on it. Waterford go in leading 2-0 instead of 1-0.
Yeah, so Burke is going to deliver the ball in. Then Harps holding the line right out at the top of the penalty area. Can he deliver a decent ball? Could be deep towards the back. Cantwell's there, Phillips there as well. Cantwell's the target. Oh, it's in the back of the net, and it's an own goal. Not what we expected, but I think it's come off Ellis Farrar.
It was a brilliant free kick. We just said it, if a good delivery, Waterford might go in leading 2-0 instead of 1-0. That's exactly is the case. I'm not sure what the Finn Harps player was trying to do. Trying to head it clear, or just headed it into his own net.
Yeah, so I think it's Ellis Farrar, right? And in fairness, Guy McCallion was the first player over to say, you know, don't worry about it. But definitely Ellis Farrar, own goal.
Unfortunate from Finn Harps' point of view, there's no doubt. But you know, what a boost for Waterford. Going in leading 2-0. I'm sure Keith Long, in his first game as manager, thought that would be the case. But excellent free kick, great delivery by Ryan Burke, deep into the penalty area, almost on the 6-yard line. And Farrar with the unfortunate OG.
So we're going to wait for the fourth official now, Jason Moore, who'll indicate our additional time.
Surely Waterford will squander a 2-goal lead for the second home game in succession.
Yeah, we'll...
But there's going to be gaps now in the second half because Finn Harps will just have to come out. They'll have to go and try and get something, pull a goal back, and they could leave gaps in the back, and that might open up for Barry Bagley and Ronan Coughlin.
So we're going to see the 1 minute of additional time. Now, can Waterford get something else before the break? It's Roland Nadeau. He's going to head to the corner, try and run the clock down. And he's going to win the corner. And a bit of frustration there from Queeveen Porter because he kicks the corner flag out of its stanchion. So final opportunity for Waterford. Griffin and Bagley standing over it. And Bagley then, short, little touch, oh nice ball, and a shot into the back of the net, and that is the third goal. And looks like it's Killian Cantwell.
Killian Cantwell, yeah, another brilliant delivery from the corner kick, and what a strike by Cantwell. Goalkeeper, no chance whatsoever. So Waterford, I think it's fair to say, are going to get that monkey off their back. They're going to win a home game here this season. Two fabulous goals and an OG. Ronan Nadeau with a superb opening goal, and now Cantwell with that absolute beauty of a strike. What a way to get back into the team and score a goal like that. Unbelievable. There were 43 minutes on the clock. Waterford were leading 1-0. Now they're going to go in at the interval leading 3-0. It's extraordinary. Considering that the first half hour was so pedestrian, and how it's ended up in the last 15 minutes. Finn Harps players are putting the ball away now. Absolute disgust. They can't believe what's happening to them. The roof is falling in on them absolutely, completely.
Yes, indeed. So certainly the best possible start for Keith Long and for Waterford. The opening 45 minutes going the way of the home side. 3 goals to report in the final 15 minutes of the game. And Waterford now in a comfortable position here as they lead Finn Harps by 3 goals to 0. Second half to come.